So why would a professional ball player need life insurance? Isn't that just for the low and middle income earners? As a great poet once said, more money, more problems. And high income earners' problems are taxes. Those large salaries and bonuses like a professional athlete would get often far outpace any tax deferred saving mechanisms like a 401k that maxes out at $23,000 this year. So after a certain income level has been reached, sometimes every extra dollar you make actually costs you more in taxes than it brings you in benefit. And so like in the world of professional athletes, sometimes a lot of money is guaranteed over a long period of time in a contract, but they're not going to be paid out now, and this is a form of non-qualified deferred compensation. Non-qualified deferred compensation is when an employer promises a high-income earner to be paid later down the road. So because that money's spread out, this actually presents a large liability to the employer because they've promised to pay for something that has yet to happen. And if something were to happen to the employee, the employer is still expected to make those payments without getting the product. So in steps a non-qualified deferred compensation life insurance plan. This is often a variable or index universal life insurance plan that a company takes out on an employee, but the company owns it. And it's important that the company owns it first because as they funnel the employee's future earned income into that plan, they are saving the employee taxes because the IRS does not see that as income for the year. So of course, in an index or variable universal life plan, there's cash value, and that cash value is growing based on some performance of the stock market. If something were to happen to the employee like a premature death or disability, the non-qualified deferred compensation life insurance plan would either pay out a death benefit to cover those future payments or can relinquish the cash value as a disability payout. Now, until the contract or the cash within the contract is turned over to the employee, the employer cannot deduct those payments as expenses like they normally would for other employees. But again, in the case that the employee does not fully satisfy the length of the contract that was to be paid, the company has an immediate tax-free lump sum of cash that they can use to satisfy the income they're liable for without having to come out of pocket for a lump sum of money they owe for an employee who never produced the expected work.